In the small town of Ravenwood, a sinister urban legend loomed over the residents like a dark cloud. Whispers in the night spoke of a mysterious entity known only as the Shadow Man. This shadowy figure was said to lurk in the shadows of the abandoned Ravenwood asylum, waiting for unsuspecting victims to wander too close. The legend of the Shadow Man had been passed down for generations, instilling fear in the hearts of those who dared to venture near the dilapidated asylum. Many claimed to have seen glimpses of the dark figure, a tall and shadowy silhouette with glowing red eyes that seemed to pierce through the darkness. One fateful night, a group of teenagers decided to test their courage and explore the asylum grounds. Sarah, the brave leader of the group, led her friends through the overgrown path that led to the imposing building. As they approached the asylum, a sense of foreboding washed over them, but they pressed on, eager to uncover the truth behind the legend. As they entered the decaying building, the air grew thick with the stench of decay and despair. The dim light from their flashlights cast eerie shadows on the walls, making every creak and groan of the old building seem amplified. Sarah could feel the weight of the legend pressing down on her, but she was determined to prove that the Shadow Man was nothing more than a myth. Suddenly, a blood-curdling scream echoed through the corridors, freezing the group in their tracks. Panic set in as they realized one of their friends was missing. Frantic, they split up to search for their lost companion, each feeling the creeping sensation that they were being watched. Sarah found herself alone in a dark hallway, her heart pounding in her chest. As she called out for her friends, a chill ran down her spine. That's when she saw him, the Shadow Man, standing at the end of the hallway, his red eyes fixed on her. She tried to run, but her feet felt rooted to the spot as the shadowy figure advanced towards her. Desperate, Sarah reached for her flashlight and pointed it at the Shadow Man. The beam of light illuminated his twisted features, a gaunt face with hollow eyes and a malevolent grin. With a guttural growl, the Shadow Man lunged towards her, his clawed hands outstretched. In a moment of sheer terror, Sarah closed her eyes and prepared for the worst. But instead of feeling the icy touch of the Shadow Man's fingers, she heard a voice calling her name. Opening her eyes, she saw her friends standing before her, their faces etched with concern. Confused and shaken, Sarah looked around but found no trace of the Shadow Man. As they rushed out of the asylum, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that they had come dangerously close to the truth behind the legend. Years later, the story of the Shadow Man still haunts the residents of Ravenwood. Some believe it to be a cautionary tale, a warning to those who dare to tread into the darkness. But for Sarah and her friends, the memory of that night serves as a reminder that some urban legends are best left unexplored.